Hopefully you've watched the first two videos, the one on setting up a quiz, the one on adding questions, and we're going to pick up here. You'll notice that I've added a couple of questions to get to 5 points, and I have also decided to add an answer on this second question down for tragedy. I have made it lowercase or uppercase. That Google Classroom, Google quizzes will mark as correct, so tragedy or tragedy. So you can add a variety of answers if you have a question, you have alternate spellings, that can be done. So in order to take a look at how the quiz actually works for the students, you click on this, what looks like an eye, and you can preview the quiz. So let's mark some correct answers. Claudius marries his mother. What kind of play? We're going to type in tragedy. And then where does Laertes ask permission to travel? To France. Shakespeare's plays were performed in the Globe. And who stood on the ground? They were called groundlings. And then I'm going to submit my answers. Okay, and it says my response has been recorded. I can close that tab. Now, as the teacher, where do you see these things? Well, if you go back to this screen here where you are making your quiz, you'll notice next to questions, there's also a tab called responses. If you click on responses, you will see that you can get a summary of responses. You can look at each question. You can look at an individual person's responses to the questions. Now, I've responded twice, and I have done well both times, as you can see. So there's the point distribution. Here's my name, and here's if my score has been released or not. So first, let's look to see how my two respondents answered on who Hamlet's mother marries. This is where you could look at the question to see if students understand or remember the concept that you're teaching them. What kind of play? Both times that is correct. And then along with the other questions, they're both times correct. So I can see that my students, my two students, are doing very well. Now let's say that all of my students have taken this quiz and I'm ready to release those scores. I can click on release from here, and I can release for all, or I can just release for one. So it depends on what I would like to do. Maybe one student needs it resent. You don't want to resend all of them. That's where you could accomplish this. So you can send emails and release, and they will get an email of what their score is, the point value, and according to your settings, they will be able to see correct answers and summary charts, whatever it is that you as a teacher chose to do with that. So that's the way that you can view the responses from the quiz in a very quick way without having to do much work. If it's just a quick quiz, that's where you can see them and they can be graded. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to set up a spreadsheet if you're collecting longer answers. If you'd like to grade them in there, you can also use a spreadsheet to look at answers for longer questions, but we'll cover that in the next video.